In this video, let me show you 3 tips and tricks that'll change the way you create CTA buttons in Adobe InDesign. Follow along and learn how to work with text frame options to adjust the inset and auto sizing of a frame, as well as save style attributes of a button so it can be used throughout a document. Let's jump in and get started. The first tip we'll look at is how to adjust the text inset of a frame, avoiding having to create 2 separate objects when designing a button. On my screen, I'm working on a digital ad design, and I want to add a call to action button in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, before I show you how to create this style of button, you're probably used to using the rectangle frame tool to create a shape for the button, and then giving it a fill color, and then placing the text on top of that shape. In this example, I'm going to show you how to create a CTA button without having to make 2 separate objects. You'll see at the bottom of the page a text frame with the text "Learn More." This will become the call to action button. The first thing I want to do is increase the point size of the text. Currently it's 12 point. I'm going to increase that to 14 point. I'm going to center the text to the frame. An easy way of doing that is holding Shift Command, that's Shift Control on Windows, and the letter C. Next, I'll choose a different font for the button. From the font picker, in this case, I'm going to choose the font Enter, and I'm going to choose bold as the weight of my text. Now I want to give the text frame a color fill. In my swatches panel, you can see that I already have a color swatch here. It's an aqua color, and I'll give the text frame that color fill. I want the button style to be round, so I'll click on the yellow diamond in the text frame, which will bring up 4 separate yellow diamonds in the corners. Now I can click any of the 4 and drag inwards to completely round off the corners. Now you can see that the button is starting to take shape, but the text is still sitting at the top of the text frame. This is where we'll use text frame options to fix that. Click on the frame again, and while holding Option on a Mac, that's Alt on Windows, double click to bring up your text frame options. In the text frame options window, you'll see a section called Inset Spacing. Let's increase the inset, and you'll see that the text will adjust accordingly. Now in this case, it'll be around 10 pixels. This will vary based on the size of your text frame. I'll click OK to exit the text frame options, and you can see that we've created a custom button without having to create a separate rectangle shape and placing the text on top. The second tip we'll look at is how to auto size frames, making it easy to edit text and the shape of the button seamlessly. Once again, click on the text frame, hold Option on a Mac, Alt on Windows, and double click to bring up the text frame options. I'll click on the Auto Size option from the left side menu, and in the Auto Sizing dropdown, choose Width Only, since only the width of the frame will adjust when the text is edited. Now because this text frame is anchored on the left side of the page, and the text will be reflowing from left to right, I want to choose the left side anchor from the Auto Sizing options. And now I can click OK to finalize the Auto Sizing options. Now, if I double click inside of that frame and retype the text "Learn More," you can see that the frame auto resizes as the text reflows. The third and final tip we'll look at is how to save style properties of the button so it can be applied to other CTA buttons in a document with ease. To access the Object Styles panel, make your way up to Window, Styles, and then choose Object Styles. You can see I already have mine docked on the right side, as well as the Paragraph Styles window. I'm going to click on my button, and I'm going to save the object style. That's the color fill, the rounded corners, anything that has a visual style will be saved in the object styles. I'll click the plus icon to create a new object style, and I'll double click that object style to rename it. In this example, I'll keep it simple and rename it Button Style. And now I can click OK. You can see that the object style is now renamed in the panel Button Style. Next, I'll click anywhere inside of the text frame. You can select all the text or just one of the words. And from the properties panel, you can see that I have my paragraph styles here. I'll create that as a style as well, and I'll call this button text. You'll also see that appear in my paragraph styles window here, button text, as well as button style. You can see there in the object styles panel. So this means if I go to the third page in my document here, I have another digital ad that's a different size. However, I'd like to apply the same button to this page using the attributes saved from both styles. Let's apply the object style first, and if I click on the paragraph styles panel, I can apply the button text as well. And the cool thing about this is if I double click inside and change the text to something like book today, the object style also maintains the auto sizing properties. This makes it super easy to format other CTA buttons in a document. Thanks for watching, and I hope you can use some of these tips and tricks the next time you're creating CTA buttons in Adobe InDesign. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more tutorial content just like this. Check out the playlist below for other InDesign tutorials you may find helpful. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.